Hi everybody. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a specific tool that I found to be extremely useful when it comes to getting in touch with your purpose and getting you well on your way, taking actions that actually align with it. It's an exercise that I call asking your inner child. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, this was a period of my life where I was really searching. I was really searching outside of myself for answers about what I should do, what path I should choose, what decisions I should make. Um, and I remember I would often seek advice from someone I really trusted and respected a lot, and still do to this day. And he would always listen to me, but he wouldn't offer me too much advice. And I remember he would always say, I can't make that decision for you. And I remember feeling frustrated because I'd think to myself, well, I'm not asking you to make a decision for me. I'm just asking for your opinion. But looking back, I understand now. Deep down, I lacked a fundamental trust in myself. And building back that trust is really important. And one thing I remember he would always repeat to me when I was questioning who I was and feeling worthless was, what do you mean you don't know who you are? You know who you are. You're Maria. And we would both laugh at that, but it wasn't really a joke. It was the truth. I'm a Maria. And you, my dear listener, you are a you. And sometimes a younger version of you is more in touch and more confident about who you are at your core. We don't really question ourselves that much at our core when we're really young. This is something we learn to do as we grow and get a little bit beat down. But anyway, this exercise, this tool, asking your inner child, I've used it numerous times with my personal development coaching clients, as well as in my leadership and team building coaching. And I'm always delighted by the insights that my clients have when they go through this exercise, and the further insights that arise when they actually share this with me, or in some instances with their partners and team members. These insights from your younger self are very powerful and turn into strong intentions. And when your current adult self, who has a lot more power and control over your life and hopefully more knowledge and a little bit more brain development, when your adult self stays in touch with that guidance, you can strategically move things forward in a wiser way. The power of strategy takes these strong, good intentions and turns them into action, walking you down that path that truly honors the gift that is your life, your God-given gift of a life, as I put in the title. So, about this exercise, it's actually a part of my 2-hour self-paced workshop called Drop In, and you can get the full workshop in the link below. I'll make sure to put it in the info box for you. It's a training portal with audio and video sections and has an accompanying workbook with exercises for you to work through and take notes. And it's all about gaining clarity around your next best steps after looking inward. But for now, in this video, I'm going to share a section of it with you about the exercise Ask Your Inner Child. And you'll also find a free downloadable workbook to accompany this section, also in the box below. Hi again. So in this next section here, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and find a childhood picture of yourself. And connecting to a childhood picture of yourself is going to help you connect to your original essence. And we all come into this world with an original essence. When we're born with it. And I might encourage you, if you're lucky enough to have your parents around, especially your mother, and have a good relationship with her. And even if she's passed, you can still connect with her and try to see yourself through her eyes and ask her about who you were when you came into this world. And I have no doubt that she'll confirm you came into this world with an essence, a personality. You weren't blank. And if you had siblings, you were very different from each other right from the beginning. Um, so the picture sometimes helps us to connect to the essence that we came into this world with. And it'll also, looking at it, regardless, will also give you insight into your thoughts and your feelings towards that part of you. And if you remember the previous exercise we did with the parts, the internal parts, um, this will give you more clues and visibility into your internal communications, like the chatter going on inside you. So take that into consideration here. Our inner child is often a bit protected and therefore a little bit restricted and maybe repressed. So giving it some airtime is essential to getting in touch with what you really care about and who you really were before all the roles and responsibilities, before the world told you who to be. And another thing to note is that some of us really grew up really fast. So you might need to travel back to a really young version of yourself for some of you. So look through some photographs and go down the ages. This here is little me. I had to go all the way back to here. And I did this exercise about 8 years ago or so. And that's why this is so tattered. And I don't look at this that often right now, these days. It lives in the back case of my phone, actually. But for a time period, I used to look at it pretty frequently, and it was very influential in a really good way. It's changed the way I make decisions and has made my relationship with myself so much better and so much stronger. And of course, that has ripple effects in other areas of my life and all my other relationships. So I highly, highly recommend it. And my one-to-one clients, after they do this exercise, they come back with so much insight and often a lot of smiles and tears. But all of them come back with gratitude for that inner being, that inner child of theirs. So really give this a try, okay? It's easy to reason your way out of it and bypass it, but resist that urge, okay? Um, and go ahead and give your little one some focused time. All right. And just remember that there's a free downloadable workbook with all the exercises about asking your inner child in the info box below. When deep inside you feel valuable, then you feel that your time on this earth is valuable. And when we feel that our time and our talents are valuable, then we want to put them to good use. A lot of times, because of our experiences and upbringing, especially in our younger years, um, we have a difficulty being in touch and knowing deep in our bones that we're innately valuable. We've learned to measure our value externally by how productive we are, how helpful, how well liked. And there's nothing objectively wrong with that, but this is very, very surface level, and thus it's unstable, it's very shaky. And a lot of us need to work on a deeper level to find that real internal stability, that true calm confidence and self-trust. And I'm confident that checking in with your inner child will help. And I hope you give that part of yourself a little bit of airtime. I hope you give that part of yourself a little bit of attention because he or she will help you honor your God-given life and prove it through the actions that you take moving forward. So go ahead and check out the resources I mentioned below. You can either go for the full 2-hour workshop or sign up for the Ask Your Inner Child workbook. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.